Well, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome once again to the United Regional Chamber of Commerce's weekly updates. We try and bring you some interesting topics and interesting guests and kind of spread the word on some good things that are happening in our communities, not just in Attleboro, but all of the surrounding communities. My guest today is Master Chris Rappold, founder and owner of Personal Best Karate. But today we're going to talk about one of his personal endeavors that he started out of his own pocket in 1995. It's Personal Best Charities, the Turkey Brigade. And I'm going to ask him some questions, and Chris is going to share with us. So, welcome, Mr. Rappold. Good to see you again.
Well, my friend, it's a pleasure to see you as always. And thank you for all the good work, Jack, that you've done over the years and especially over the past year with everything that we've been through. Your help is just super appreciated and instrumental, I'm sure, to so many other businesses besides my own.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. I have had the privilege of working with Chris a time or two on this Turkey Brigade. And it's the Turkey Brigade is dedicated to act with funds to support and feed impoverished families all over Southeast Massachusetts. To date, Personal Best Karate has delivered over 30,000 meals to local families. But tell us, what's unique about the Personal Best Karate?
Well, I think the what I love about it, Jack, is it's such a grassrootsy feel the way that we do it. We're going into our 26th year, or last year would have been 26 years, but obviously with COVID we weren't able to do it. But what seems to make the effort unique and really something very special is that we go to the effort of raising all of the money. And, the money is raised largely by the Personal Best Karate, the students and families and friends of, Personal Best Karate or Personal Best Charity. So it's a very grassrootsy feel. We do an event in over at Patriot Place in the fall called the Turkey Trot, which is a 5K run, and all of the funds go to it. So that's where it starts, and a lot of times that's where an effort ends. You raise the funds, you give the money, and you allow the organization, to do its work and good work. But for us, that's really just the starting point. The next piece is we actually go out and we purchase all of the food and we fill a gymnasium in a conveyor belt style, and everybody that would like to participate actually grabs a tin and they go around to all of the different stations and they fill the tins. And as you mentioned, the big number this year will actually, I think we'll pass 40,000 families, because the last time that we did it was about 3,400. So it's really climbed up there. But this year our goal is to feed 2,000 families. So if you imagine, there's 2,000 tins that need to be filled. So it's a great opportunity for families to get involved. A lot of times I hear parents say, geez, I'd like to teach my child about community service, but I don't really know what to do. This is such a family friendly event. And then the final piece that we're really proud of is we actually deliver the baskets to the individual homes. And again, that's done on a strictly volunteer basis. So again, families can come back. So if you can imagine, a 7 to 10-year-old, 12-year-old, whatever, they're walking up to a door to deliver a turkey basket, and maybe they see somebody, their own age on the other side of the door receiving it. It really makes a very powerful statement about the importance of making sure that you're given and being very, very grateful for what you got.
Well, I want to take a little bit of a step back because that's one thing that I really wanted to key in on, is the family aspect of it.
Yeah.
I've had the pleasure of joining you for a few years, and to see the families come through, to see the parents explain to the young children why you're there, how come this is happening, and so they understand that there is a need out there. But
Yeah.
one of the things is the conveyor belt. You just mentioned it as a conveyor belt. Folks, let me tell you, it is one of the most organized events that I attend. And being in my position, I attend a ton of those. But you come to the parking lot, you go through the door with yourself, with your spouse, with your significant other, and your family. They hand you a tin for the turkey, and then you walk around the gym to pallets of food. First, you're given everything that goes with a Thanksgiving Day meal, everything from the cranberry sauce to the stuffing down to a dessert. And then you bring them over to these tables where he's got hundreds of volunteers that wrap them all in cellophane. And that's done on Saturday. Then Sunday morning, when the baskets are being distributed, in pulls a tractor trailer filled with frozen turkeys. And I remember a few years ago, somebody sucked me in, I mean, had me volunteer to empty out those turkeys, 2,022-pound frozen turkeys. A fat old guy like me, I couldn't walk for 2 days afterwards.
Well, my instruction was to find the handsomest, most massive
Oh,
man that we could to do that job. So,
but no, that's why I believe in the youth of today, and this organization is very very lucky because when you go to this event, most of the volunteers are young people that attend Personal Best Karate in the 4 different locations, and they and their families give up the 2 days to come and make it so that as this year you say 2,000, I'll bet you it's a little more because like you
mhm,
said, in 19, it was up to 3,400.
yeah.
Um, and with the needs and things that have gone on, I think we
Sure.
might see a little bit more this year. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it is. Last year, like all businesses and like all charities, we made the conscious effort that we really weren't going to do very much solicitation last year. Because a lot of the people that contribute, Jack, as you know, are small businesses, and the small businesses in our community have, many of them have been hurt the most, by COVID, and so we really pulled back. So we're starting, we're really looking at this year as a rebuilding year, and what does that mean? We're not disappointed by the 2,000 number, but what our commitment is and what the commitment of our committee is we're really going to pull it in close because I mean we are our I think we've gone out as far as Springfield. I know we've delivered to Gloucester and all over the place. We're really this year for the 2,000 we're going to concentrate it to the local, just super, super local communities. And by the way, that's always been the focus, 80%, 90% has always been very local. And then we'll have these outskirts of an organization that says, please, please, please. And we say, you know what? Okay, sure. We can support it. But this year it's really Attleboro, Taunton, uh, Easton, Foxborough, Plainville, because in these towns that we all live, there's a need. There's an
Absolutely.
absolute need that's humbling. It's humbling to realize when you're delivering, geez, I'm delivering to a family in the town that I live, and they're suffering a financial hardship, and that in and of itself is an eye opener. But we're very proud of that. So the number will be smaller, but the effort is just going to be concentrated to all of the communities we touch.
Now, I know that you partner with some of the social service agencies in the area. Want to toss a couple names out there?
Well, sure. The United Way was always the kind of the mother lode, and underneath, the United Way was all of them, all of the food pantries in all of the surrounding towns. They furnish our lists. The public schools, a lot of times are getting the names from nurses. Churches and different organizations will throw names. Um, uh, yeah, I mean, there's we work with 25 or 30 different organizations. New Hope, of course, which is I think one of our first connections. Um, we've always supported that. So, over the years, at first everybody was kind of standoffish, and we don't want to give you a list of our people because it's a, confidential in
Yep.
nature. But, now going into, 26 years of doing it, people understand, that we honor that, and, we do it in the right way. Yeah.
And when the decisions are made of which meals get distributed, there's no judgment. There's nobody there to judge. We all run into difficult times throughout our lives, and so there's no judgment. If the need is there and personal best charity can fulfill that need, they certainly do. They
There's
other.
Yeah, on that point, Jack, I'm sorry to interrupt, but there was you know, on that point, there was one that just popped out into my mind. There was a family, um, three children, and a mom and dad, and they had lost their mom. Uh, as I recall, 4 to 6 weeks prior to Thanksgiving. So, one of our families came forward and said, would you be willing to do this? There's not necessarily a financial need, but, the dad is scrambling, understandably. And, maybe we can just do this one thing for him, take one thing off of his plate. So, there isn't a judgment, and, who among us isn't, isn't above, I don't know, having something like a global pandemic happen, that that creates, a reality that you're not used to, so sure, yeah, it's everybody needs help from time to time.
And to flip that shoe onto the other foot for a minute, it is kind of humbling when we deliver to some of these homes and you see, the different lifestyles that some of these folks have to live in, and it is really refreshing when you have a child, whether it's your child, a niece, nephew, grandchild, who comes with you to see the effort that is put into this and to see the end result, where the joy and the happiness that these people express when these meals are delivered to them.
Yeah, it's really wonderful. It's look, if nothing else, if when it's you're down on your luck and things aren't going your way, and a knock on the door and somebody's just saying, "Hey, happy Thanksgiving. We just wanted to extend this to you, and hope you and your family have a nice holiday." If nothing else, just the fact to remind them that that there are people out there that care. And I'm very, very proud to say, Jack, we started it, all of those years ago, but, um, the idea didn't originate with me. But what I think I have been a good steward of is passing the idea on. And I've shared it with the martial art industry at all of our national organizational events. And really, if there's another karate studio, well, I know I probably know there's at least 100 of them across the country that have started their own turkey brigades. And again, it just started with us sharing that information, and I know there's been some schools and some parents that have spun off and done their own turkey brigade. So it's a really neat thing to see what it's blossomed into. Yeah,
It has just been a huge inspiration for an awful lot of people.
yeah.
Uh, so I know that this is a spin-off, if that's the right word, of Personal Best Karate. Tell us a little bit about the organization itself. I know you have a committee that works all year long.
Hmm.
Tell us a little about those.
Yeah, the unsung heroes. We've already started our meetings. Usually they start in January. This year we got just a little bit of a later start, COVID related stuff. But there's 13 people that all spearhead an effort, because along with providing this 2-day experience that we want to be seamless and flawless for all of our volunteers, we also are putting on a 5K and a 1 mile run and a 100-yard dash for the little kids at Patriot Place. That there's many moving parts. And when you talk about the Turkey Brigade, there's a committee that just works, or there's a group of people that just works on logistics. There's a committee of people that just works on securing the lowest price. Um, there's a committee that works on just fundraising. Right now we're in the process of sending out all of our letters to our past sponsors to see if they would like to continue, their support of this effort. And also now the solicitation of other people that look at this kind of effort and say, you know what, I'd love to partner with you on this. I'd be proud to, support this type of an endeavor. We have another group of people that just works on securing raffle prizes um, for the turkey trot that we do at Patriot Place. So, a lot of different people involved in it, and very proud to say 100% of the money that's raised goes to its intended, um, mission. There's no administrative cost in running the charity. Everything is done on a volunteer basis. So that's kind of nice. And I've been touched by the level of pride and support another business feels by having their name on the T-shirt or seeing their name up on a banner for supporting this. It's been kind of cool, and many have done it year after year after year, and they just love it. And of course, that makes you feel good too.
Sure. How many folks do you get at the turkey trot? Because that's a pretty popular event.
Probably, I'd say probably, if I could guess, 400 to 600 runners. Yeah.
And then all their support folks, because I know there's well over 1,000 people that go up there.
Yeah.
And the folks at Patriot Place, the craft organization, they've been a good partner for you for a few years.
Yes.
As most of the businesses, they know what a good thing you're doing here.
Yeah. It's really, that's been very touching. It was actually a friend that was a supporter of the Turkey Brigade that is a personal friend of Jonathan Kraft, and spoke to him about it, and really it was him who gave his blessing. And I've been so touched. Diana Griffin, who is our contact over there, has been so generous and so wonderful with all of our team members in helping facilitate this. And it's not an easy event, because they have to mark off that the entire parking lot for the event. It's a lot of coordination and work, but they're an amazing support.
Well, now let's get to some important information. How can the public help support this effort?
Yeah, I thank you for sharing that. If anybody wants to, read up on it or see some videos of, past turkey brigades that we've done, and consider, a business sponsorship, we would love that. If they go to PB Charity, that's pbcharity.org. They can see all of the different sponsorship levels that's available. Also, there are some businesses that that's suitable, and that's a great way for them to show their support, and partner with us. And other businesses are more apt or better served to donate something to the raffle. So if somebody wants to do that, again, you can do it through the website, or you can just email us at info@pbcharity.org, info@pbcharity.org, and would love to share with you ways that you can contribute. So on one end, the corporate sponsorships or the business sponsorships, on the other end, the raffle prizes. And if somebody wants to be involved and actually participate in the turkey trot, we will have information. It's not out there just yet. We're still juggling dates. Can you believe this? We are at the mercy of the Patriots games. I just
Unbelievable! How dare they?
So we already have the date, but there are just some double checks we have to do. So I don't want to put it out there just yet until we get the final thumbs up from them. But as soon as we do that, there'll be some information so people can participate in that. And then if you're in the community and you say, hey, I'd give an hour of my time on a Saturday. Yeah, head over to the Foxborough Regional Charter School, and would love to have your help and support. And it's just such a nice way to bring in, that's the week of Thanksgiving. Both of my daughters, of course, and their understanding of Thanksgiving is the Turkey Brigade. The Thanksgiving meal on Thursday is what it is. It's a kind of formal family dinner, but they've been my oldest is going to be 21. We've been doing this for 26 years, so they've been a part of the Turkey Brigade their entire life. They don't know anything else but that. So for families that are looking for something special that they can do together, either participating in the packaging or participating in the delivery on the Sunday before Thanksgiving. So it's the Saturday before Thanksgiving for packaging. It's the Sunday before Thanksgiving for delivery, and we would it would be delighted and welcome your family and to provide support.
Well, I know I'll be there. You get to see
Love
me go
having you there, and Jack, you're so humble. You're like, yeah, I've been there a few times. Yeah, really, just a few times, Jack. Really?
I've been fortunate enough to know Chris for quite a few years, and he
Yeah,
is more than a gentleman, a very generous individual. Chris, thanks for joining me today on the show. We will definitely bring you back when we get closer to the Turkey Trot
love it.
and the Turkey Brigade, but we wanted to kind of get this out there in the beginning. We did share your letter this morning in our weekly e-news that the Chamber sends
Wonderful.
out,
Thank you
uh,
very much.
and we're here to support you just like you support us.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you so much, and thank you to everybody for tuning in.
Great. Folks, thank you very much for joining us today. Hopefully, we'll see you again next week. But if there's anything that you think the Chamber can do for you, please give us a holler. Thanks again. Big shout out to Dave Angel at AACS. AACS has been a huge supporter of this show and our organization for way before I got here. And we really appreciate all the help that they give us. So thanks, folks. Have a great rest of the week.